Hello guys, today I'm going to clean my kitchen and do some reorganizing in here. I want to restyle some of my open shelving and my countertops, so come along so you can see how I decide to do that. And stay tuned because towards the end of the video I'm going to be shampooing my couch and some other upholstery around my house. For Christmas, my husband got me one of the Bissell green machines because my dog is getting kind of old and she's been having a lot of accidents on the couch and just in random spots around the house. And it kind of drives me a little insane, and I just really wanted a way to clean them. So I'm super excited to break that out in this video. And just starting off, I am now wiping down the bar top of our kitchen. I love sitting here. I sit here all the time and watch TV, edit my videos, read. This is like my little hub. If you ever come over my house, you're probably going to find me sitting at this bar. If you're new here, hello and welcome. My name is Nissa and I make videos about motherhood and homemaking. My husband just recently remodeled this kitchen for me and I'm still trying to figure out how I want to style it. So that is something that we're going to be experimenting today. Definitely consider subscribing because my next video is going to be putting some finishing touches on our kitchen, and I'm super excited to share that with you guys. And you're definitely going to want to see the dramatic change that we do in here. I just cannot wait, and it's going to be on a budget too, so I'm so excited to share that with everyone. Getting back into our cleaning motivation, I keep all of our paper products in this drawer here. So I'm just getting out some napkins and restocking our napkin holder. And then I'm going to move on to clearing off the rest of the counters and restyling them. If you're wondering what I'm cleaning my butcher box counters with, it is just a tablespoon of cast iron soap and 16 ounces of water, and sometimes I'll add like a few drops of lavender essential oils if I'm interested in a scent, but that's not always something that I am really pressed about doing, I guess. But once I'm done wiping down this corner, we're going to start off with styling it. I recently got these two-tiered shelves that I'm going to show you soon. And I'm going to take this basket that I have and put my KitchenAid mixer on it. I feel like it'll be nice to have my KitchenAid mixer on this basket and just pull it in and out because it's extremely heavy and I don't really want it scratching the counters if I dragged it. So onto the basket it is going. I originally wanted it in this corner, but it just did not feel like it was really working out. I tried so many different ways to style it and shape it, and I don't know, there just was something that it just was not doing it for me. So you're gonna see later on, I ended up just moving it back alongside of the fridge, and this is the two-tiered shelf that I was telling you about. I actually got these from Aldi. I feel like Aldi has amazing finds, and I just think this is adorable. I'm going to show you how I'm going to decorate this on the other side of my counter. But yeah, just going back to the KitchenAid, I feel like some people's KitchenAids look so pretty on their counters, but for whatever reason, I just was not loving the way mine was looking. I kind of like the idea of maybe eventually switching out the stainless steel mixing bowl for one of those copper or brass mixing bowls, but that's definitely down the road. That is not a priority right now. And then I have these two shelves, shelf drawers, I guess. They're from IKEA. I keep all my essential oils in one, and then my tea and like my pens and pencils in the other. So yeah, here I am bringing my fruit stand back over, and I was thinking I would put it in this corner, but I just like did not like it, so I switched it back around with the KitchenAid mixer, and then you're gonna see me move over to the other side. I also was not loving these string of beads on it either. I also got these beads from Aldi a while ago, and I have never been able to find a place to use them, and I feel like they're kind of like out of style now also, so very disappointing. But anyway, I'm going to clear off this side of the counter and then move on to styling these shelves. I do feel like I got very discombobulated with how I wanted to work with them, and ended up restyling my top shelves above the coffee mugs as well, and just reconfiguring everything. You know how it is sometimes when you just have to play around, like trial and error. That's how life is sometimes. I'm now just taking everything off of these shelves, and then I'm going to wipe them down. And if you're wondering why on the top shelf near my head you see a bag of ground meat, my husband put that there, and I honestly can't give you a good reason to why. There's also someone with very little hands and feet moving my camera around. However, this angle didn't seem to be terrible, but so yeah, I left it, but I'm sorry you had to see that if you had a little vertigo. But I decided that I'm gonna move my coffee jar, which is this big one with the spoon on it, and then the small one is my electrolytes. I decided I'm gonna move those towards the stove because we got a new coffee maker for Christmas. It's almost like a percolator, but you use it on the stove, and it's supposed to make like espresso, but you can make like normal coffee in it too if you dilute it. But it cooks the coffee by like steaming it. But anyway, it just kind of makes sense to keep the coffee near the stove now, because we're not like using a traditional coffee maker that's plugged into an outlet. So that was why I was like, I'm gonna move that around. And then this little church steeple actually was my husband's grandmother's, and she used to keep it in her kitchen, and now I keep it in my kitchen, and I just think it's so nostalgic. I love it so much. But yeah, I'm just now moving all of our water bottles around and kind of just playing with the space to see what makes the most sense. I do eventually want to get like one of those water bottle shelves where you can turn the water bottles on the side, but they're like kind of expensive, the ones that I was looking at. I don't want like a plastic acrylic one or a wire one. I wanted like a wood one, and they are like close to 25. They range between $25 and $40, and I was just like, I don't know if I can reason spending that much on a rack to hold my water bottles. But anyway, I digress. I am now moving back over into this corner, which is where we used to keep our coffee. And now I'm going to put our salt container, our olive oil, and my diffuser over here. Honestly, you might see this moved in like a week. I don't know if this setup is going to be like how I want to keep it, but for right now I think it looks cute. Last but not least in here, we are going to do the dishes. I'm just going to wash the wooden things that I have in here and my marble spoon rest, because my dishwasher is actually running at the moment, and I'm just going to put like all the dishwasher safe items into the dishwasher once it's done. But we are just one of those families where we probably run the dishwasher at minimum 2 times a day, sometimes 3. So I'm kind of just at a point in life where I'm used to dishes just sitting in the sink, because we're always cooking. We have 3 little kids. We don't really go out to eat very often. We make a lot of our food home from scratch, and there's just always dishes circulating. In case you don't know, I like to clean with non-toxic ingredients, so we are going to move on to shampooing my bar stools, and I'm using this Puracy shampoo bottle. I like it because it doesn't have any synthetic fragrances, it just uses essential oils. And then these are the bar stools. My kids sit at these all the time and they paint, they have snacks, sometimes we do lunch here. And I just feel like over the course of the last couple of months that we have been inside a lot, my cushions have gotten some stains on them. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove them, and then you're going to see me go on to the couch. Here is an overview of my living room. All of my pillows are on the floor, which is per usual. When you have 3 toddlers, they're always ending up on the floor, and they kind of smell because they're on the floor a lot. So I am just going to throw them into the washer, and you'll see that at the end of the video. And now I'm just going to wipe down this table and then move on to starting to shampoo the couch. I'm going to really focus on the areas I see my dog hang out the most at, just because, like I said earlier, she is getting older and she smells a lot and has accidents frequently. So I just really want to make sure that I hit the areas I see her in most often. I wish we were better at training her not to be on the couch, but she actually is my emotional support dog that I got when I was diagnosed with cancer at 16 years old. So she is 10 years old, I'm 26 now, and because I was on chemotherapy when I got her, there were certain things I just did not like prioritize training her on, and I really wanted her to like sit with me a lot, so that's why she is very accustomed to being onto the couch. And she's also not a great walking dog because I didn't get to walk her a ton when she was a puppy just because I was so ill and spent a lot of time in the hospital. But yeah, I am very grateful for her. She has gotten me through some very hard times, but it is getting very challenging now having 3 young kids and having a dog that seems to be having some health issues. One thing I do want to say about shampooing the couch is that I realized it seemed to like clean better and suck up more dirt if I agitated the area a lot before going over and like trying to suck the water out. Like, see how I'm like brushing up and down very quickly, trying to agitate the fabric and really like get the soap in, and then you'll see me like go up and down in slower movements to get the water out. I just feel like this like really helped like lift up a lot of the dirt. Literally, after just cleaning her throne, she is already back up there. Also, I took my sweatshirt off. I was getting so hot. This is the one thing that I get really frustrated about with the winter is that if I am outside for a while, I'm like freezing cold, and I come inside and it takes me a while to warm back up, and then I feel like it gets really hot inside and I'm all of a sudden like sweating. Like, I just feel like there is no balance with temperature in the winter. So we also got a new steam mop, and I was going to steam clean our kitchen, and I was like, oh my gosh, like my kitchen cabinets look horrible. I need to wipe them down. So here I am just wiping down my kitchen cabinets, and then you're gonna see me open up our new steam mop and fill that up. I had a little audience with me, my 3 little peanuts, and yeah, then I just went ahead and cleaned our tile floors. We used to have a steam mop and it broke probably about, I want to say 8 months ago. And once I started steaming the floors with our new one, I was like, oh my gosh, I miss this so much. It's just so easy to clean the floors with a steam mop versus getting like a traditional mop out, and it does a great job. And then like you just take the head off and it just throw it into the wash and it's just good to go. And the great thing about it is that you don't have to use any like harsh chemicals. Like, you're just cleaning with steam and it kills a ton of bacteria. So here I am, I'm putting it on high. I'm gonna let it heat up, and then I went ahead and just started off in the kitchen and then moved on into our back room. If you made it this far in the video, I just would like to say thank you so much for watching. It means so much when you support my channel and watch my videos, and I really hope that you consider liking and subscribing and found some great motivation in this video to go ahead and tackle the things that you are struggling with in your own home.